Hello YouTubers, hope you're all keeping well. Alan back again with Physical Media Lives. Just a few new pickups that I've got recently that I'd like to share with you. So nice to have you all along again. Any newbies that have come along, nice to see you too. Hope you enjoy what you see. Managed to pick up quite a bit in the last couple of weeks or so, so I'm going to get straight into it and hope you enjoy. Something a bit different first. Glasses might lead you to believe that I know how to read, which thankfully I do. So I've actually picked up a couple of Batman novels. They're called Batman Resurrection and Batman Revolution. They're by an American author called John Jackson Miller, and what they actually are is alternative sequels to the Batman '89 movie, Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, and all that. Heard about them a little while back and managed to see the two of them were at a really cheap sort of price on Amazon Ireland of all places the other week, so picked them up. I've read the first one, Batman Resurrection. Won't go too much into plot details because that would kind of ruin the reading experience if you decide to go for it, but actually very enjoyable, quite fast paced, intricate sort of plot lines, and I've made a very interesting film, to be honest with you. But you know, the ones we got, I guess we all still enjoy. But it's nice to have an alternative option. So I picked those two up, as I said, on Amazon Ireland at a good price. But I'd imagine they might be available on Amazon UK for a reasonable sort of price as well. Weighty sort of volumes, plenty of reading in them as well too. Nice watching movies, but nice to have a little bit of a read sometimes as well too. So would recommend them if you can get them at a good price, and they're hardback as well too. Another book as well that I got is this guy here, very hefty, weighty volume. Frankenstein, the recent Guillermo del Toro film. It's basically background is the movie, interviews with the cast, secrets of production, behind the scenes stuff with all the protagonists. It's a beautiful book, I have to say. It's kind of leather bound feel to it. Really, really good. It ain't cheap, to tell you the God's honest truth. Cost about 50 quid on Amazon. So if you're going to be buying it in a retail setting, you're probably going to pay 75 quid for something like that. But I have to say, I dip into these occasionally for films that I really like, buying behind the scenes photo books, particularly if they're any good. And I like the film. I happen to love this film. I think it's the best film this year, to be honest with you. And that's saying something. I didn't think Sinners would be top, but just to give you a rough idea, really high quality photos and articles and interviews, as I said, beautiful quality paper. Quality of the photos is absolutely beautiful. So not the type of thing I'd be buying too often, but managed to see it in a bookshop in town before I bought it on Amazon. I said, I gotta get that. It's like a lovely souvenir for, as I said, what is my movie of the year. Unless something miraculous happens between now and the end of next month, which is unlikely. But the book is beautiful. Really would highly recommend it. So now back to what we nearly always talk about, physical media. First things up is the latest release from Arrow, The Mask. Very happy to have got this for several reasons. It's a film I've always enjoyed. Can't believe it's so long since it was out, to be honest with you. Jim Carrey's major breakout role, I suppose, include Ace Ventura as well, but just a really fun movie. I don't know, it's not massively rewatchable, I suppose, but it's a movie that I've always liked. And with Arrow's loyalty points program, I actually had €15 built up on my account, so it ended up only costing me a little over a tenner. So I said, you know what, worth a punt in the usual high quality packaging from Arrow. Hard case and slip cover, your Amaray 4K on the inside, and a nice sort of little booklet as well. There is a poster in there as well too. I won't bother taking that out because, you know, I've got a fair bit to get through. Don't want to be taking up too much of your time, but had a watch of it over the weekend, and as usual, Arrow have delivered on the transfer. Really lovely, very nice vibrant colours. Sound is spot on, so no issues, and as I said, for paying a little over a tenner for it, well worth adding to the collection. Not Jim Carrey's greatest movie, I'd suggest, but you know, it's a lot of fun. The debut of Cameron Diaz on screen, which is no bad thing. My God, when she walks into the bank in that red dress, it just still takes your breath away. And saw her recently interviewed on TV, still looks fabulous. Way out of my league, obviously, but then there you go, man can dream. But yeah, it's still well worth picking up. So The Mask on 4K and Arrow. Next one up is title I've been looking for a while, from Hammer. You all know how much of a big Hammer fan I am. This one's Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. Typical Hammer goodness, I'd suggest. Tone is irreverent as usual. Some quite gory bits in it, a little bit of nudity, because at that time Hammer began to think that's what they needed to be putting into their films. I don't necessarily agree, but in this particular film it was kind of merited. It's an alternative take on the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde trope. It's Dr. Jekyll actually turning into a woman, starring Ralph Bates, who appeared in many Hammer films, and Martine Beswick, who's his female counterpart when he changes. Very unique take, quite scary and gory in places. Good tale, very well done. As I mentioned in my recent Hammer video, Hammer were kind of starting to lose their way a little bit around this time, but the odd little gem was coming through. This I'd certainly class as one of them. Really, really entertaining. Highly recommended. It's just on Blu-ray. You might see it out on 4K at some stage, who knows, but the Blu-ray is actually pretty decent quality. Some half decent features on it as well, well worth a watch. And the Blu-ray, to be honest, it wasn't that expensive. It was a little over €12, I think, something like that. So another one for the Hammer collection. After that, we're back to Arrow again, and I actually got this from a recommendation from my good friend Keith over at Euphoria Pictures, who loves spending other people's money as well as his own, but he's never too far wrong. And it's John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness, collector's edition from Arrow. Again, Arrow are always very, very reasonably priced with these things. Keith's actually done a really nice unboxing of this on his channel recently, so his channel details are in my bio. Certainly pop along and have a look. It's a really classy unboxing. It's a really nice put together set. Transfer is excellent. Again, watched it again over the weekend. Haven't seen it in years and forgot how good a film it was, with Sam Neill in it. Sam Neill's kind of one of those actors, in my opinion, that if you see his name on a cast list, you say, well, might as well take a punt. He hasn't done an awful lot of bad stuff in his life. One of those actors you can kind of rely on to always give a solid performance, and it certainly does in this. Really, really enjoyable. Possibly one of John Carpenter's most underrated films, I'd suggest. And this again, very reasonably priced on Arrow. I think it's still available. If it is, I'd say go ahead and treat yourself. As I've said previously, by the end of the year, they're definitely going to be the top boutique label of the year in terms of value for money and the quality of the stuff that they put out. I don't think there's anybody to touch them this year, to be honest with you. One or two other labels have done some cracking releases, but nobody's quite matched the consistency of Arrow, in my opinion. They've really been spot on. Some really quality releases. I've heard some people online sort of going off, they kind of deviated from their original template of sort of quirky sort of movie. They haven't really, they still do those. They are doing a lot of what you'd call mainstream stuff, particularly from Warner Brothers, but you know, you need to remember they're a company, they're a business at the end of the day. They need to make money, and if they can continue to make stuff like the Dollars trilogy, this thing, all the various others they've had out in the year like Demolition Man and all that type of thing, if it brings them in money, it gives them more money to play around with, to do some more of the quirky titles as time goes on. So in my opinion, good business sense, and this is definitely worth picking up, as I said, In the Mouth of Madness, so check it out. Next one, the last one. This is my very first dip into Vinegar Syndrome. I've been kind of intrigued with them for a long time. I know my friend Connor Gray and John Perry are big fans of them. Connor's got a subscription. I think they both have, actually. This one I decided to pick up. It's called The Man Who Could Cheat Death, primarily because Christopher Lee is in it. And you know me, if there's a 3.5 hour movie out there of Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing sitting in a cafe having coffee for 3.5 hours, I'd probably buy a collector's edition of it. But sure, there you go. But The Man Who Could Cheat Death, love the packaging on this. Really love the way they do it. Just slides off like that, and inside you've got your Blu-ray and a good thick book as well, actually. And there's your book. Good read. I've read a little bit of already. I am not going to say too much about the film because I haven't watched it yet. I only got this a couple of days ago, so I'll be sitting down to watch this tonight, I reckon. But love the artwork on it, etc., and all that, and the way Vinegar Syndrome have done their packaging. Had a browse through their catalogue on their website. I would say it's highly unlikely I'd ever go to taking a subscription with them. Very, very quirky titles. If you took a 6 month subscription or 12 months or whatever length of time they do with the subscription, I reckon I'd probably only get a handful of titles in the course of a year, say, that I'd really be interested in. So in terms of value for money, it doesn't really work. But this one I was happy to pick it up. They did have an offer. I ordered this in mid-October, and they did have a special offer on it that if I delayed shipping until Halloween, then they wouldn't charge shipping, which saved me about 12 quid, I think. So I said, not in any mad hurry for it. I'll just be glad to get it when it arrives, and there it is. It's here now, and glad to have it. I'll do a report back maybe in my next video on the quality of the film, but if Christopher Lee's in it, that'll do for me, to be honest with you. And also my good friend Carlos over at Eastwood Fan for Life. Again, his channel details are in my bio. Well worth checking out his channel. Does some really good quality content. He is an Eastwood fan, obviously, as the name would suggest, but has a very, very broad knowledge of movies in general, and is always a good guy to chat to, and one of the best guys on YouTube for supporting you and, you know, giving you a bit of encouragement. It's always appreciated, Carlos, and thanks for the recommendation. I trust your judgment, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it when I stick it on tonight. So that's my lot, guys. Not a bad haul, I think you'll agree. Bet you none of you thought it was clever enough to read, but there you go. Appearances can be deceiving. Hoping to do a couple more videos for you before Christmas, but once I get towards the end of November, early December, work is basically going to dominate my life. I work in retail, as I said previously, so 6-day weeks are probably going to be happening, God forbid, but it'll happen more than likely. So hopefully get another couple out before Christmas, and then we'll see where we are in the new year. But really appreciate the support so far. I'm having a blast doing these videos for you. I've never done this for the sake of getting thousands of followers or anything like that. I just do it because I love talking about movies, and just some of the people in YouTube are just top class people to chat to about that subject and to interact with. So really proud to be part of the community now, and hopefully the best is yet to come. Hope you're liking what you see so far, and as I said, I will talk to you again soon, and we'll take it from there. All the best, everyone, and keep smiling and keep watching movies. Take care.